how do we create access that matters, right? Why does it matter? What is access? Access is simple. Access is simply just information about how the game truly operates. All right, not our perception, how it really works. But I like to take a little poll first. All right, if you own a business, say I.
Aye.
Okay, all right, let's take this a different route. If you are married or in a relationship, say I.
Aye.
All right, like to make sure we get this one right. If you in a happy marriage or relationship, say I.
Aye.
All right, I know the difference. All right. Last question. If you feel somewhat morally obligated to pass on some of the lessons you learned in business and a relationship to people just to increase human civilization, say I.
Aye.
Okay, cool. All right, so when we talk about access is simply just information. We aren't born with information. It's a journey to get there. And how we use it is up to us. But before I talk about how you can use your access to create a better community, I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey. All right. It's a lot of people that follow me on social media and know me in person. A lot of people look at me as like a motivational guy, a health enthusiast, the person that made it from the streets of Detroit to a top 15 island of Anna Maria. But it was a hell of a journey to get there. All right. My mission started in 2009. All right. In 2009, my dad was brutally murdered. I woke up to 17 missed phone calls, and my mom telling me he was shot 6 times and didn't have a chance to live. It's at this moment now, and back then I think to myself, if he had access to an environment outside of the only one that he knew, would he be sitting next to you today? It was troubling. I knew at his funeral my mission had changed in life. I needed to be in an ecosystem that inspired me and motivated me every single day. I needed to do this through a process called osmosis. I needed to emerge around people that simply had what I aspired to get. I know this sounds cool, but I came from Detroit to Anna Maria. Hell of a culture change, never to say. All right? And I just wanted to make a difference. That's it. But how do you make a difference without doing anything different? So, Florida, here I come. All right, came all the way down to Florida, and oh my God, I'm sitting at these tables, accumulating all this access for 2 years. I feel like the best CIA agent on the planet. All right, I'm at these tables, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right. And I'm flying back to my community. Hey, the success stuff is not going to be easy as I thought. They told me, you're going to have to sacrifice, meaning you and I might not be cool anymore. All right, we can't go to the bar and hang out. And we might even, our relationships with our family might change because they don't understand the sacrifice we got to make to be great. I don't know if I can handle it, but I'll be back. All right, I come back to Florida, acquire some more information. Ooh, okay. Flying back to the hood. Hey, it's a thing called an LLC. All right, next time, all right, we at the bar, we gonna use it, and the government gonna pay us money. All right, not physical dollars, but they gonna lower our taxes. We're gonna be in a different package. I don't understand it. All right, but it's stuff that we need to research. All right, it was the greatest thing in the world, and then reality hit. I started realizing the information that I was once developing was taking me to a different level of consciousness. And I was simply taking into people who haven't been exposed to what I was exposed to. So although my intentions was perfectly correct and in line, it was often met with ignorance. Man, I can't tell you how many times I'm just providing information and say, man, Ray, you turned into a white boy now, man. Ray, you're not really black. Still devastating to this day. It was at that moment it put me in a dark isolation. And I was looking for inspiration. Inspiration to me is finding something in me, in you. And that's how inspiration occurs. So I turned to no other Kevin Hart. Y'all know his story. All right. A comedian turned into an entertainment mogul. All right. So first thing I realized about him is he was using comedy to create access in a plethora of other industries. The same way I wanted to use health and create access in other industries. Also, he was best friends with people that were so-called competition. Dave Chappelle, he loved him. All right, The Rock, they both actors and both got a tequila brand. All right, best friends with people that's so-called competitors. Once again, that was me. In the industry that I'm in, I don't like to create competition. I like to create family because iron sharpens iron. Last but not least, I noticed his interview style and his movies changed a little bit. All right, he wasn't just a silly guy, always silly. Then he started being introspective, inspiring in different ways, thought-provoking. And it made me think about myself. Holy shoot. Did he always wanted to be this person, and he used being silly to create access to simply be the person he always wanted to be? Oh my God. Throughout my life, I tend to amp up certain parts of my personality just to fit in. It was certain times that I was in my community and I was speaking slang, and I didn't want to speak that much slang. But I was doing it because I didn't want to separate myself from others. I also would be at parties, and I don't even feel like dancing. And I'm just, for no reason. But it was the things I thought I had to do to fit in. Even to this day, I'm not quite sure if I even like bow ties. All right? And yes, it's a clip-on. Don't judge me, all right? All right? But it was through these things that I thought to myself, oh my God, these are 4 ways to create access that actually matters. First way is intention. All right? Because I like energy. On 3, I want everybody to say intention. 1, 2, 3. Intention. All right, that was weak. 1, 2, 3. Intention. Thank you. Wake up. All right, intentions is the heart center of what we call character. It's the driving force behind why we do what we do. But why is it so hard to determine someone's true intention? I want you to think about the person that knows you the most. The most. Your mom, cousin, best friend. Think about that person. And how much do that person not know about you? My assumption is a lot. Also, intentions change over time. We start off in our career, we just want to make money, as much money as we can. Then we have a family, we would do anything to provide for our family. And then, we just want to create legacy. So the person that knows you the most don't know you that much. And it changes over time. So only way to create true intentions that you can detect is simply listen to what they say and watch what they do. Number 2, what is community? All right, I want you to say community on 3. Loud and proud. 1, 2, 3. Community. Yes. All right. Yes. Community to me, all right, when I think about community, I think about access. Not the false sense of community built up on manipulative environments that people create to try to extract as much money as they can from you. But people that's actually trying to make a difference. All right? When I think about these things, I get humbled. All right? And with community comes a lot of responsibility. And community to me is pool resources and shared perspective, not just competition. Meaning it's absolutely imperative to have a perspective at every seat of the table. Because if you're trying to make a difference in somebody's life, isn't it important to know what life is for the individual in the first place? Yeah, I'm getting deep. All right, 3. All right, the $1 trillion question. How do we create access for the community? All right, I want you to say access on 3. 1, 2, 3. Access. Better. All right, when I think about access, how do we create access? I think about our leaders. We spend so much time competing that we actually fail to serve the people we sought out to serve in the first place. When I think about leadership, a leader just creates an atmosphere that a person can leave whenever and well equipped to leave whenever. Yet they decide they don't want to because the environment is that important to them. And if they decide to leave, you back them up. With leadership come great power, great perspective, and great privilege that's often being misused. Now, I got an example. All right, you ever have somebody bring you in the office, a leader of the company? All right, get in the office, Steph. All right, I want you to take a seat. I don't care about your job description. All right, I want to know about you, your family. What's your goals? What's your interests? All right, I want to help you become the best version of you, because when you're the best version of you, all right, you become an asset to the company, and we all win. Oh my God, you are feeling great. Feel awesome. Until 4 years later, the best thing for you to do is create your own business. And those so-called family members, not as responsive as they used to be, all right, and once you walk out that door, it's like you never walked in the door in the first place. And is that the family you want to be around? Now, I have had the privilege to be homeless, to be fired, to even been kicked out because they wanted to tell other people who was now in charge. I also had the privilege to coach, the privilege to mentor, the privilege to be in plays, and the privilege to even be a Lululemon ambassador. I wanted to embrace all of those emotions so I can be the best leader I can possibly be for you. Fourth one, all right, accountability. I want everybody to say accountability on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Accountability.
All right, yeah, that's one of the words that got 2 different. Yeah, all right, I couldn't get that one. All right, accountability. When I think about accountability, we have to be accountable for the things that we say we want. All right, and I came up with a little formula. All right, accountability is simply knowledge plus experience equal being, meaning being the best version of you. Right? So we all have the knowledge. We know, all right, that salad is a little better than Doritos, even though I love Doritos. All right, we know water is better than alcohol. We understand that exercise is important. Yet we have no experience being disciplined to none of those. And we have some people that's super experienced. Oh my God, they go to 7 different gyms. All right, they doing all the most. They doing the most. All right, but they have no knowledge of how important stress is, no knowledge of how important sleep is. That's simply like me giving you a football and saying, go score a touchdown, and not telling you which way the end zone is. Now, I'm not here to tell you not to make money, right? You make as much money as you need to be, all right, to be the best version of yourself or whatever your family want to do. I just want you to be conscious. The purpose of a car is to get you from A to B, and gas allows you to do that. The same way the purpose of a business is to solve a problem, and money allows you to do that. Nobody go to the dealership and buy a Lamborghini for gas. The same way we have to be mindful and conscious of starting businesses just for money. Now, throughout this message, I have given you the tools to create an environment that's awesome for you, and creating an environment that truly matters. But I'm going to be honest with you. If you wouldn't be happy for an employee to one day make it up in life where they actually your next door neighbor, then maybe this talk wasn't for you in the first place. Are you an asset or are you a liability? Are you adding value to your community, or are you strategically withholding information just for the betterment for you? And even more thoughtful, I want to leave you with one more question, simply just for you. Do you really, 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 really support the community? Or do you pretend to give a damn because the community financially supports you? My name is Gardner. I'm out.